technology. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, 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 sir.
Does these kind of technology actually improve our day-to-day life? Am I right? This is the this one question that everybody is trying to ask. Am I right? And this, of course, this is a very vague term. It is not that quality of life can be defined in a very subjective manner. Plus, it's an objective way also we can define it. Uh, See, for example, you take a healthcare system. Our healthcare system has been so much improved uh, that so the technology is really benefiting in that healthcare sector and our comfort. Am I right? So we are enjoying the comfort of cell phone today, the innovation of cell phone, other things with the great inventions that we are enjoying. But there is one third term, that is there. Like we have to talk much about that, the happiness. So are we really improving, or are we maximizing our happiness due to the standard of the standard has been increased because of the innovation or invention that is happening? So this is the category that I'll be focusing mainly, and also I'll be passing on to the team that is talking against the innovation. Am I right? In one aspect. So there are two teams in fact today. One team will be talking about the benefits of innovation, and the other team will be talking about not the benefit of innovation. Am I right? So as I said, uh, this topic of interest because happiness is a very vague term and it is very subjective too, and it is very difficult to measure happiness in anyone's life. Even after so much advances in technology and other thing, we are hearing a lot of people, and some farmers are getting suicide. The happiness rate has come down, so it does have some detrimental effect, to our economy as such, or to a single human individual. So after you debate, I like to throw much more insight about both the sides. I'll be talking the pros and cons of these technological revolution that is happening. So now I want as Dr. Prince mentioned, that there will be two teams here. One team will be talking the advantages or what are the benefits we are getting through invention, and the second team will be talking about what are the disadvantages or what are the detrimental effect of invention and innovation that is happening around us or even previously. Am I right? So definitely any invention or innovation have detrimental effect. You have to agree with me on that. Am I right? The greatest invention of this millennium, you take it, and on the other end, what is the worst invention of this millennium? Am I right? Both would be an innovative or invented product. Am I right? So you should be able to weigh those things, in a nicer way. And let's talk, both the advantages and disadvantages. Now, this is the prime quality of any individual who are talking in both the sides. They should as a good debater or a good group, in a group discussion, we should have multiple opinions, and you have to accept others opinion, or you should be able to criticize in a very positive manner. Am I right? Everybody uh, don't like direct criticism, but of course, as a team member of other team, you can always you have to back with some logic or some kind of an data to say that your topic, your point is wrong or something like that. So I would encourage that. Then I'll be talking about how you want to discuss also as time goes. Okay, now maybe I'll hand over. I'll be keep moderating this, and I'll hand over to Dr. Prince, so he can tell the team name. Am I right? Of course, we have two team. You can just A team or B team, you can call it. So A is going to talk in favor of this, and B is going to talk in other things. So first, one person from this team will be talking, and from the other team, the team lead will be giving a 3 minute or 4 minute speech about from the topic that is given. Okay, so let's start. Hello, hello, hello.
கேக்குது சார்.
நான் பேசுறது கேட்டுச்சா
Yes, sir, yes, sir, you
சார்?
are
ஹலோ.
We
audible.
can hear, sir.
சார் எஸ் சார்.
Yes, sir.
I was talking for 5 minutes, but I don't know whether you all listened what I said. Okay, because I didn't know, because my headset is not in that great condition. Sorry about that. Okay, good. Hello.
Yes, sir. Anybody from Team VA, please start the discussion, because we know that the initiating the discussion will have some weightage in the marks and interviews also. So we have to practice from here itself.
Sir, shall I start? Sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir, and good morning, friends. Say good afternoon, friends. Now I am going to talk in the favor of technology. Innovation in the technology will improve the life of the peoples. We are all accessing the internet, and we are getting knowledge. We are educated. We are making awareness, and we are also improving ourselves according to the current trends. So the technology is very much useful to us, and it across many field and sector. The technology has been innovation day by day. For example, in education, we can say that in before 10 years we start using smart class, and now we are all in the pandemic situations, but we can able to educate ourselves using the app like Zoom and Google Meet, and we are trying to improve our skills. And also in medical sector, we can see that there are a huge and vast improvement in the technology. For example, we can say that this corona time, first from the starting of the corona, if we are thinking we are affected by the corona, we need to go to the hospital or the testing center for taking the test. But now it is very easy. It is very easy. How means in some other state and country they are providing a testing kit. By that we can easily test ourselves, and we can easily secure in our home. We no need to go outside, and there is no chance for affecting some other people by going in manner of taking test. We can easily simply sit down our home and follow the procedure, and we can easily test ourselves, and within 10 to 15 minutes we can able to get the result. So it was a innovation in the technology in the recent past. So it is also a good thing. And also we can say that nowadays the patient monitoring is improving largely in the medical field. Some old persons can't able to go to hospital for their regular checkup. So there is a person monitoring system is there. By that, the doctor can easily access and monitor the health condition of the patient day by day. So it will also very useful for the village people. That's why I'm saying that technology innovation is very much useful, and it making the life of the people brighter. Thank you.
So now one very good, Anand, very good. You've given a very nice introduction about the benefits of the new healthcare technology, and how technology is improving, or the innovations happened that has helped the senior. Very good. And now I want from Team B, maybe you can give an intro, and then if you want you can defend, or that will come to the later stage. So now I want one person from the B team to give a brief intro.
I am Dayalan. I'm going to talk about the negative impacts that is created by innovation technologies. Generally speaking, Anand said that the Zoom meetings and the Google Meets are help us to connect people through long distance. But at the same time, it has a major disadvantage that it reduces the communication skill between the people, and especially in face-to-face discussions. Uh, for the past 1.5 years, we have been used to do the Zoom meetings and to the video calls. In case if it came in a in person or a face-to-face conversation, it may affect the conversation effectiveness, and a lot of people may get stammer while they are in a situation to look into the eyes of an opponent and to convey their thoughts. Here it's not a problem. Just by looking at the camera we can say whatever we want, and the stammering problem reduced to a great extent. But this seems to be an advantage, but in actual case it is a greater disadvantage that anyway once the pandemic situation is get over, we have to face the real world and we have to make real communications. It may affect the real communication, and recently a study also says that the online classes and the video calls has greatly reduced the listening skill of the person uh, from 12 minutes to 8 minutes. If I'm not uh, if I'm correct, it's reduced from 12 minutes to 8 minutes. So this also a greater disadvantage, that because uh, in previous years or in some years back, we are in search of information and we are in search of news, but in today's developed society all informations are available to us, but we feel uh, yeah, hate or boreness to collect that information. Due to that is excess of anything will lead to boreness or some dumbness, which is happening here. We have too much of information, but we are not in a mood to listen to that information. So and the major threat due to the advancement of technology is the privacy of one. So recently we are also came that Pegasus software, Pegasus spyware, which deployed at many phones in India and hacked their secret conversations and their personal data. So in this information age, that no one is uh, free from those hacks and spyware attacks. So privacy is a big question mark in this developed world, this so-called developed world. So it is a major threat, and our personal time is also get reduced, and we don't spend much time with family and our friends. Even though we are in a lockdown, we are
Diana, good, very good. Just I want to interrupt here. Your time, the 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes slot is over. Very good. You have given a very nice intro, and you have given what are the disadvantage of going in for a virtual meeting now. Absolutely. In one end, as Anand mentioned, there is a great benefit of virtual meeting. On the other end, even my kids, they don't know how to interact socially now. You're absolutely right. When we go face to face, they don't know how to talk, or these all been reduced in this past 1.5 years. So there are certain disadvantages too, and we all have to agree on that. That is a very nice point that you have brought out here. Very good. So guys, you can keep that the point that Dayanand has mentioned, so that will bring it to argument eventually. Now I want the another team member. You have to bring in another point from your end. Then we'll collectively weigh. I want to see, see whatever you said, we have to collectively weigh at the end. Am I right? Who has got in more points and how you are defended well. So that will be coming at the later stage. So now the second person, you can introduce yourself and go ahead in A team.
Good evening, sir. I'm
Good job, Dayanand. Good job, yeah.
thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, friends. And I would like to oppose Dayaland's point. As he said, the privacy is being reduced due to the advancement in technologies. And now we see in olden days we used PIN codes, passwords, and such. Now we are using fingerprint and biometric authentication, face ID, and iris scanner and all. So I think the security has been increased on some ends, and privacy has been breached. That is error of some technological errors, but most of the time, even if even his phone has a fingerprint sensor, I'm damn sure. So we are using privacy, we are using securities, so our to we are using security locks so as to conceal our privacy, and I would like to add another point. As the technology has been innovated, we are exploring in deep sea and outer space. So as you can see, without technology, we couldn't have explored what is under the water and what is beyond our earth, earth's atmosphere. And as you see, even in recent days, we got an fire in Gulf of Mexico, and with all our current technology, we stopped it from spreading in 2 to 3 days. But if there is no technology, that is harder for us to continue.
So good, very good. But you defended him in a nicer way, saying that so from security standpoint, you're saying that there are features that we can provide to enhance the security. Am I right? Using a lot of other technologies like biometric, other things. That's good. What you brought in. And he also talked about in extinguishing fire in Gulf of Mexico and other places. That is also okay. But you have to, maybe I like to throw a point. See, we are seeing huge forest fire now because of there is you heard about forest fire in Australia or in US. Am I right? The massive forest fire that is happening. These are happening because there is a because of ozone depletion or burning of fossil fuel. What happens? Still a lot of greenhouse gases are coming out because due to advancement in automobile technology or other things. We are putting many many cars on the road, or a lot of industries are coming up. So these are having detrimental effect on the environment too. So you have to agree why certain things are happening. Am I right? So you're saying, okay, the fire has happened in the oil well, so some technology is there to extinguish a fire. But you have to see on the other end, there are a lot of massive fire accidents are happening because of technology explosion or other industrial revolution, or any other thing, and due to ozone depletion, or there are a number of things that is detrimental to our environment. So that point I like to add. But you have got in a very valid point in defending his point, saying that of course in internet or other areas, there are ways to improve security and privacy. Am I right? Using another technology, maybe you come up with a security software, or you come up with more advanced hardware technology. Maybe you're a mechanical student. Maybe if you go to and talk with an easy student or a triple E student, they'll be giving you a very good application, with hardware, how you can bring in privacy and other things. Good, very good. So you can jot down the points A, B. You have to jot down the points what the other team are mentioning in one line, so that each point you should know how to object, or whatever ways you want to add points to that in defending that. Okay, good. Now let's go to B team. Second person in B team. Good job, guys. You guys are doing great. Phenomenal job. You guys are doing a great job. Good.
Yeah. Hi friends, I'm Gokul. I'm going to oppose the what my friend Shashaltan said. So he was saying that we are like researching deep into the sea. So what for what we are researching into the sea? We are researching into the sea, and we are destroying what the nature is, right? So yeah, that's what we should not do. So where this innovation in technology has led is to the destroy of nature, right? Then I need to add some more point about artificial intelligence. So that's what now it's trending in innovation. So what artificial intelligence is going to do in future is it's like a plastic. We know what happened with the plastic, right? They have invented plastic before several years, and it is the greatest threat for human nowadays, right? So that's what going to happen with this artificial intelligence and other things. So what this artificial intelligence is going to do is it's gonna uh, like come as a threat for the human being, like it's gonna rule our this planet, all those things. And that's what I think. Yeah, it's my little guess from what's happening nowadays. A machine can do what we humans do, right? So it can also do what we do as a ruling, what we do as a like creating something new. So that's what it's going to happen, I think so. And another one thing I love to add is this cultured meat. Cultured meat is something which is created in lab. It does not give any cholesterol. It does not give any other things. So how we were living is, we were living in a natural environment, all those things. But nowadays we are gonna to eat all those processed and cultured foods in future. So it's a greatest flaw about this innovation in technology, right? So that's it about my points. Yes, sir.
Yeah, your good name, pa. I didn't get your name. The Gokul, am I right?
Gokul, yeah, sir.
So very good. The very interesting one you talked about is the last point. You talked about the cultured meat. So you are against technology. So it is a very valid thing that it is definitely not a natural food. Am I right? As far as human consumption is concerned, we have to be closest to the nature. Even that's what I love. I'm very careful in whatever I put in my mouth, meaning what I eat and what I drink. So if it's organic, I'll be the most happiest person. So I completely agree. So, but on the other hand, see why they got in cultured meat, because we are putting a lot of methane in the air, and that is indirectly causing ozone depletion. Am I right? And as human population has been increasing, we are like 8 or 9 billion people now on this earth. Am I right? 100 years back, we were just like a couple of billion people. During First World War, our population was just 2 billion. Now, our population has been reduced, significantly increased. On the other end, the people who are non-vegetarian has also increased significantly. And people eat beef and goat in large quantities in Western world. Am I right, Gokul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what happens, if you put a lot of animals, cattle and animal husbandry product, and you start increasing number of cows, what will happen is, that itself will in fact put more environmental damage down the road. The more methane will be emitted. So it is not you cannot go and to people and say you become a vegetarian. That is not it's a 10,000 year or 20,000 year old history that people is not going to change to a vegetarian immediately. So to a certain extent, it can be a substitute meat, but as such, I am not in favor of this. But indirectly, it will help the environment. You have to agree. Am I right? You cannot grow cows a lot and for beef or other things. Am I right? So that is the reason it has become a solution to one problem. But as such, eating a cultured meat is not good. Am I right? The cultured meat are produced using tissue engineering techniques. That was traditionally used for regenerative medicine. Previously, they used this tissue engineering for some kind of medicinal purpose, and now they're bringing this technology in cultured meat. So the concept of cultured meat was recently been, promoted. So of course, there are a lot of people against this. So I'm happy that you address this issue. From your end, definitely, it's a great point that you got in, but you have to keep in mind why this cultured meat has come into place, because it's a solution to another big problem.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, Gokul, got it.
Yes, sir. But it's in research.
Are you a vegetarian or are you a non-vegetarian?
No, sir. I am a
Just
non-vegetarian.
curiosity, because I'm a very curious. In curiosity, I'm asking. I'm a pure non-vegetarian. I'm a pure non-vegetarian. Okay, and that's why I'm asking you, what is you're a vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
Yeah, I'm a pure non-vegetarian too, sir.
Okay, so what is that? So you eat goat and other things and other things. Am I right? Like or beef? Do you eat beef also?
No, I haven't tried beef yet. I need to try it.
No, your name sounds so much of a Hindu guy, like a Gokula Krishnan. Am I right? So my mom doesn't allow me to eat meat because my mom is a very staunch Hindu follower. So she doesn't want me to eat meat, in the sense, especially cow meat, beef. So I eat everything. So that is good. But why the cultured meat has come into place is, because they don't want to, grow too much cows. That in fact will produce, rather than putting more cars on the road. If you put more cows, people are saying that will create more pollution and ozone depletion. So you have to read about that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But all right. Yeah. We'll discuss again. We'll come to this point. Now we'll give. You have done a great point, guys. Now this other team, A team. Please, go ahead. We will take, jot down all the points. We have to come back and, we have to debate on this. Very good. Guys, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Good. Keep going.
Welcome, sir. My name is Ajay Kumar. I am going to talk about the positive sides. As I'm going to oppose the Google point. As my friend told that we are destroying the nature in the marine side by passing something. So nowadays, technology is the main thing, which is saving marine. We all people know that millions and millions of creatures are there in that field. When we are exploring that too, and he told that artificial intelligence will one day turn towards us. Uh, it will think and it will do something to us. Uh, Artificial intelligence is just a binary thing which cannot think by itself. So I want to, and for example, from my side, I am interested in riding field. So I can tell that first we have invented a helmet for the safety purposes. Uh, we cannot drink water by wearing the helmet, or that all people know. But nowadays they are introducing a helmet that with a slot that will be inside a pipe, and it will be connected with a bag at the back, so we can drink water. So we have not avoided a helmet, right? We cannot blindly blame that. And if you take a riding jacket, uh, it will not allow air to pass through that. Nowadays it is made of mesh type. No, it will be allowing the air to pass through. So they are telling that they are introducing tires that will be uh, anti-puncture. If the nails are puncturing the tire, and if we take that, more no air will be reached. So science has more positive and negative things, and which is rectified only by the technology. Thank you, sir.
Hello, but I didn't get your name. What is your name?
Yes, sir. Ajay Kumar, sir.
Ajay Kumar. Okay, very good. So you talked about a couple of things like in helmet. Without removing the helmet, you're saying some technology is there to drink water or something. Am I right? I didn't understand
Yes,
that
sir.
completely.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
mean
sir.
while
There's a slot, sir, to insert a pipe.
while driving, you're talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. What is the other thing you said?
Sir, a riding jacket, sir, which is made up of mesh type nowadays, sir. So for the airflow, before days there will be no airflow, only protection. Nowadays the innovation is made in that like.
The jacket, the air in jacket you're talking about. I didn't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think you're a bike lover or something. Am I right? You like to? Are you a biker? You're talking about two things that related
Yes,
to bikes. So, okay, good. So
Yes,
you got in 2 points. Okay, these are like small innovation that is happening in and around this automobile sector.
Yes, sir.
So I note down this point, guys. First of all, okay, while driving, you should not have distractions. So even if you want to drink water, so there is a way without removing a helmet you can drink. That's what he's saying. Okay, that is a valid agreed point. But does it have that big of an impact, or is that of that great an invention that you guys have to defend? The other opponent team has to defend. Am I right? There is no end to invention. We can keep on inventing, keep going product, and there is no end to invention. So, the team now is going to defend. You have to tell whether that is a useful innovation. Does it really? Okay, he's saying in one hand, it improves the safety and other thing, but I don't see that great of a value. But maybe since he's a biker, he's a consumer of the product, so he might be knowing better than me. So, guys, now maybe you can bring out certain point with what he said. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please, yeah.
So I'm saying the negative point on technology. That time the data security is a big question mark in this technology, and that's a good example. That time going big issues of politicians data are leaked by the someone's, and terrorisms are very very usually announced by the black webs, and women are easily relationship with the fake people in the help of Facebook and Instagram within the fake peoples, and boys are addiction with someone in internet and internet. And that's about, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, your name boy is not that clear, but you're trying very good. So you have to be a little slow, and see, we don't want to see. Don't worry about that. Nobody is asking about talking in great English. Whatever you are telling, you have to convey it clearly. Either it's slower, you have to be a little slower.
Okay.
So
Sir.
don't worry. Even if you're slower, that is absolutely fine. So can you repeat again what you said, because nobody is. I think it is clear. So try very slow. First convey one point. You don't try to tell too much. If you're if you're a slow speaker, that is absolutely fine. Can you go repeat what you said?
So first of all, I'm saying data privacy is a question mark that time. It is a great example. This time going on, politicians issues are politician data are leaked by someone, sir.
Why? Okay, go ahead. Then
and another point is going to, like, the women are very affected by the internet in the wrong relationship with the fake peoples in Facebook and Instagrams, and they are treated by wrong way in these big issues and policy issues. This is our in technologies. It's a major issue in that.
Yeah, there is always an outlier. What is your name?
Marichilvan.
Marichilvan, there is always an outlier. Am I right? See, in the sense, we see, for example, you go to some websites, Bharat Matrimony or Shadi.com. Using technology, there are many marriages are happening in this earth. Am I right? Millions of marriages. So there are good relations always happening on one end. You are hearing one or two stories that just because in the Dinatandi paper or Dinamalar paper, they would have highlighted in a bigger way because they need more readers. So we are hearing in a year, we are hearing one or two news doesn't mean that having a finding a life partner in the internet, or finding a marriage partner, getting a spouse through some matrimony site is a bad thing. Am I right? So technology is very much helping in one end for people to get connected and bring in love and get together. So that is okay. On the other end, of course, there will be a some 1 or 2%. You have to talk about the majority part, about the disadvantages in certain things. Am I right? So here, I myself as a moderator, I would not agree to this point. Okay, good. Okay. And the other thing, you have to talk at least 1 or 2 points in defending what your previous opponent has said. What he said. You talked about what? The vehicle, the helmet, and other things. So what is your viewpoint on what he said? Now, you have given your point one end, am I right? You're talking about some bad relationships are happening because of technology, and they're misusing that. That is okay. So that for that the other guy will come and defend. Now tell me what your previous opponent, he has got in a point about two simple technologies that you are going to use in automobile. That's what he said. So what is your viewpoint on that? And you are agreeing with that, or you are saying okay, that is good?
That's good, sir.
Good. Not necessarily, you have to defend always, there are something you have to accept. Okay, so you're saying what your previous opponent has said about the helmet thing is good.
So helmet thing is very good, sir, because that is, I agree, sir. The helmet is.
Very good, very good. Okay, so you're agreeing to that. There is no point to defend. Very good. So is there anyone like for fifth member? We have one more guy, am I right, from each team?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Ba.
Good evening, sir. I'm Surya. So I would like to be practically opening out, because nowadays we have many practical things which makes us feel very comfortable than earlier. And what we need to know is that uh, basically innovation is just a simple thing which makes us feel comfort from the previous thing. Like what happened previously, this innovation will makes us feel comfort. Very good example, we can say that the cars we have in nowadays, when we see like 2008 9 during those days, we have only the manual cars, and after that the arrival of automatic cars has been there. So what the difficult with the manual cars is that we need to I hope we all know that we need to keep a foot on the clutch, and many places like when we travel Ooty or Kodaikanal, the roads will be in a slope. So when we take the clutch, our car will come back. So in traffic situation, we have many issues with that. But this automatic cars has replaced everything. And nowadays it's very easy to drive those cars like without a clutch, and only the acceleration and brake pedal will be there. If we once we take the foot from the brake, the car moves forward. So it's very easy. The one hand one leg operation, which is quite comfortable for everyone. And when we some people may think that the gear like without the gear changing the gear, it's very difficult for them to drive the car. For them, the intelligent manual transmission, which is like clutchless but automatic, like we need which is without clutch, but we can shift the gear manually. So such features are also available. And like when we see a huge difficulty in cities is that the parking. There will be two cars. We need to park our car parallelly. Parallel parking should be there. So at that time, if we are a single person, mostly in night time, it's very difficult for us to park the car. Like if there is any street lane or if there is any stone, it's quite difficult. We need a help of someone. But nowadays, the auto park features are available with many cars. So once we turn our car to the parking mode and just click and set the location, it will park automatically. So the steering will be turned, everything is automatic. Like, so it's very easy for us to even drive a car. That's the thing. That's what I like to say. Thank you, sir.
Very good, Surya. You got in a very nice thing, but you talked about advancement in again the car industry that's happening. Am I right? So we started 300 years back. Humans were using bullock carts and other things. Then slowly they moved into steam engine. Then this is the starting of 20th century. People just invented car and people are driving car. Now you're talking about 21st century starting. We're talking about autonomous cars. Not even clutchless. You don't need a driver. Am I right? That's
Obviously,
what happening.
sir. The Morris
You don't
garage.
need anyone. People are talking about autonomous cars. So there is a massive thing going on. And even tomorrow, a flying car will be there. Maybe your generation, your kids or your grandkids will be seeing a much advanced thing like how we are seeing in a Bond movie. Am I right? A car will be there coming in. You get into the backside of the car. You go. Nobody driver will be in the front seat. So that's okay. Those are like the innovation that will be keep going. Am I right? As we are there. It's going to improve. So the two things you said, clutchless car, autonomous cars, and then parking, and you also talked about the parking thing, how difficult to park, parallel parking. Good. Now I want the other opponent to say, first of all, is the humans are mobilized in a much greater way than 100 years or 200 years before, because we are all so much used to this car and other fast moving transportation vehicle. So can anyone say that is it good overall for the society? Maybe the first 100 years, we have done a big blunder by using fossil fuel. Am I right? The combustion engine to burn. Now only people realize we have to move to battery car. Why is that? The innovators or inventors thought about this 100 years back when Ford invented car in 1905 or 1906, the first part of the 20th century. Why not? At that time, they would have thought about this. We don't want this kind of thing. Because at that time, there is no battery, no technology. Nobody knows, this is going to cause this much harm to the environment. Am I right? Now, we already damaged this earth. And now we are saying, there are a lot of greenhouse gases are there because of the vehicle pollution and other thing. Now we are moving to some advancement in other things, like battery or other things. Am I right? Now we are moving to lithium ion or other things. So see, in any innovation or invention, we don't know right away that whether that is good or bad. It will take years for the consumers or the people who are using to realize, oh, this is causing some bad. in any, whether it's a car technology or whether it's the for example, I always give a classic example. The worst invention of this millennium, according to me, is cigarette. Cigarette was invented, I think, in some 1876. I think if you Google it, you can figure out. At that time, cigarette was in not in mass production. After that, they invented a sophisticated industrial system where they can produce thousands and then millions of cigarette at a time. So humans started consuming cigarette in a way that they thought it is good than using the natural cigar or something. Then only after 70 years, they realized that cigarette is going to cause lung cancer. Can you believe that? 50 years after invention of cigarette, they are releasing a statement. The US president, I think, is released the first statement saying cigarette will cause cancer, so don't use it. Only then they started using in the cigarette packet saying smoking cigarette is injurious to health. The same way, we drove the car for 100 years. Then we say, now, people talking about BS4, BS5, BS6 because the emission is too much. It will cause lung cancer to the environment if you use the older vehicle. So scrap the older vehicle. Now they're saying battery technology, and now they're bringing in lithium ion and other technologies and saying, okay, good. But nobody knows that after 30 years, somebody will come and say, hey, this battery is no good. Let's do some other technology. You agree with me, Surya?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
So you have to think in a bigger way. You have to do a longitudinal study to see how human have evolved in transportation. In your case, so we have done certain harm using our previous automobile technology, and you have to agree with that. And it's a fact. By burning fossil fuel, we have damaged this earth, and we have put millions of cars on the road now, and it's more harmful than before. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now I want B team to, come up with nice points to defend what Surya has mentioned. Surya has brought in two amazing points. Okay, good. He talked about the small, the invention that is happening, innovation that is happening with the car technology, the automobile technology. That's good. Clutchless car or autonomous car or automatic parallel parking system, a sophisticated system that is being put on this smart box, you can say, inside the car dashboard. That is fine. These are the advancement that is happening. But I am interested to analyze the big picture from B team, saying why the automobile industry has been damaging this for so long time, and they realized after 100 years that it is doing so detrimental effect to the environment. Okay, go ahead now, please.
Sir, my name is Dwight Lyman. My friends are talking without cars, automatic cars. Automatic cars are expensive.
Wait,
only 10%.
Wait, please stand on your
There is some noise. There is some noise in the background. So somebody who is mute, not yet muted, please go ahead and mute, because it is little feeble or it is some noise in the background. Please, yeah, it's not that clear. Good, go ahead.
Sir, automatic cars are so expensive. Only 10% of the people can buy, and people become laziness already. If we bring automatic cars, already people are lazy only. Without driving, if anything happened in automatic cars, we cannot control it manually. Something happened means some big accident means we can't risk our life in that. Next point, most of the technologies are coming. New technologies are coming to the world, but only few people can arrange the higher security levels. My friend Cheselton sold for every security passwords, alternatives are for fingerprint and camera. For we need to set fingerprint also, we need to put a password only. After that only we can apply our fingerprint in that. For everything there is only the first point is we need to get our password only. So people are bringing new technology at all for more cost only. For less people only can buy that. Most of the people cannot afford cost things at all. Next, by innovating new things, people are becoming so lazy and all the peoples are becoming lazy only nowadays. No one is coming out and doing work at all. Simply they are ordering food by the online. Now before we need to get food means we will go and out. Nowadays people are sitting inside the house only. By improving the technology, people are not coming out of the house. That's all, sir.
Your name, pa?
Dwight Lyman Sealand, sir.
Dwight Lyman, very good. So one quick thing, you have done a fantastic job. You are very clear in giving your points. There is nothing called peoples, people. Okay, plural also is people. That is that's a small correction you do. Okay, good. Okay, now coming to your main point, what you said. See, we cannot risk human life by putting autonomous cars on the road. But Surya has gotten a point saying that, see, that is one big advantage, am I right? Of bringing in artificial intelligence inside an automobile car or something like that, am I right? So instead of risking humans, we can put a robot inside the car and go for testing, am I right? So a robot can do some risky things. You said humans cannot take risk, but then okay, I'm okay with that. Putting some robot inside the car, to go ahead and say, for example, like 1 kilometer down the road, a terrorist has put a bomb. They placed a bomb. So we want to send somebody to defuse that. So we want to put a robo inside our automatic car and we can send that robot to go and defuse a bomb. Am I right? These are scenarios I'm giving. So autonomous car has certain use cases. Am I right? We cannot completely say that is bad or something. There is certain advantages too for what Surya has said. So we can enumerate lot of use cases as I said, or going deeper into the ocean or mining in a coal or oil industry. You can you can put. I'm talking about not only autonomous vehicle like a putting on the road, but I'm talking about robots also. So where it can be effectively used wherever humans cannot go. Am I right? So that is one thing. So that the combination of AI and automobile can do great advantage also. So on the other end, what you said, people are getting lazy. That is a different part altogether. In COVID times, these delivery people like Zomato and Swiggy has helped us in keeping people in the house so that they can stay away from human interaction. Am I right? So that this COVID cannot hop from one human to another. So in that scenario, it is good. But you are saying since 2014, people are now used to this food delivery system and they are lazy. Am I right? So some people are not, because of laziness, they are not going out. Some people they're so much occupied in the house that they don't find time to go out, or they are in the office, they cannot go out and buy even food for their needs. So certain people, of course, you're talking about the laziness, that is a different part altogether. Then there's the characteristics of a human being. That is okay. I don't want to go deeper into that. So now, to summarize, maybe one person can come and you would have noted all the points here. Both the team has done a fantastic job. It's been now like 1 hour and all the 5 members in each team has got in some, great points to put your, viewpoints, and also you are defended in a nicer way. Okay. Of all this, I'm very much interested. In my interest, I'll give one point. The guy who brought in this, artificial meat, how that is been now, coming up in recent days, that technology. So definitely, I will not buy an artificial meat unless I am very much comfortable or I want to know that whether it is harmful or not. So. But the main reason they brought in behind is these livestock produce more methane than any other vehicles on the road. That is what the manufacturer of those artificial meat people are claiming. I don't know the real numbers behind that, but you can Google it or you can really find out whether that is true. So the beef and dairy cattle industry is one of the main contributor for this global greenhouse gases. And they are saying methane makes about half of total greenhouse gases. So think that the sector alone, the livestock cattle industry alone emits almost 30 to 40% of greenhouse gases. So cows generate methane in two main ways, to their digestion or through their waste. The cow dung, they say, or cow dung is good, from from ancient days. People are using that, but people say during the waste and other thing more methane are emitted. I don't know. I didn't do any research on that, but that is the reason they got in that. Okay, good. Then we talked about AI. AI in everything is not good because we are too much data dependent. So some student has talked about AI also. So overall, I'm not going to give a stand on this or that. And even though as a moderator, I have analyzed, because I am not expert in saying that this is good or life for that is good, because in multiple ways, we have to analyze this point. But here the motive behind this discussion is how good you are exposing your viewpoint. This is one just the discussion topic that we have gotten. This is a great topic for an engineering student to discuss. But I have seen that the energy in you, how to defend, or the points that you are bringing in, it really shows how much you can do in terms of how you are defending your way. Tomorrow you go to an industry, you should able to defend your viewpoint, am I right, in front of your manager, or you should able to talk to your subordinate in a way that you want to put your viewpoints. I mean, tomorrow you're doing a great project, so you have to communicate very clearly, and you have to articulate in a way that they are taking your viewpoint in certain time, and sometimes you have to agree with others. So how you are doing in this setup is very important. Instead of emotionally arguing, you guys backed up with certain data and some statistics. That is always good during argument, and don't always lean towards in future. Of course, in this debate point is okay. So always anywhere you go from a discussion point, or tomorrow you are selected in a in a big company as a project manager, a team leader, don't always lean towards one person immediately. You have to act like a moderator all the time as a leader. Am I right? That is what a company is going to look. So you have to take in points from both the side. Then it has to be backed by data. You have to analyze that. Then you as a person, you have to, of course, you have to take a decision. Am I right? There will be a lot of ambiguity around certain decision making. That is good. You don't know sometimes whether to go on this side or this side, but you have to be very in a very convincing manner. You have to take certain decision. Am I right? This comes after certain argument like this. You think that is an argument set up in a company. Am I right? That's what you have done. You have two teams. Tomorrow you will be in the boardroom sitting and arguing this way, whether to take this project or not. This is good for the company, not good for the company. You have to go back to the history to analyze this, that. So you're arguing, you're putting your points very clearly. Am I right? And again, you should not always argue for the sake of arguing. Even if you go to company or anywhere, you should wholeheartedly bring in certain points from your heart. That is fine. Then you have to weigh in 2 points, and you should not take a decision emotionally. That is very, very important. Okay, guys, these are few points I given thrown today, so you can think about this. And for today's topic, I'll just quickly summarize that technology make us think, the innovation make us think that it improves our quality without actually improving it. Am I right? That is what one side has said, but it has both advantages and disadvantages according to me. Okay, so we can get fancier car, like Surya said, and we can get fancier helmet. All other things are fine, but the very subjective point, does it bring happiness in life, or does it really improve the quality of life, or does it making really healthier? Is the artificial meat is going to make us healthier? That all things is debatable. So, but technology is going to improve, because we humans are sixth sense. Am I right? We are going to keep on improving something, or even after a lifetime, our generations will come and they'll do. Today they will you will put a helmet with some technology. Tomorrow they'll come up with another helmet technology, promising that they'll give a better life for each new innovation. Am I right? So, but I don't know whether it will fulfill all the promise. But human is not going to stop with innovation. That you have to agree. Am I right? In today's topic, because we have sixth sense. We are not going to sit simply. Am I right? In no way we are going to just ride the bullock carts now, and we are going to go in a camel or a horse. Am I right? Like in olden days. So people are going to Mars now. They are building a super rocket, or a flying car will be there after 60, 70 years. So I don't know. Maybe immediately also. So the technology will keep improving, but we as a human, we should be able to analyze and use in a very disciplined approach. We don't want to adapt crazily all the technologies, certain things, so you have to analyze all those things. That is the takeaway from today's point. So very good job. Now I will ask one person from here and one person from here to summarize and let your viewpoint be stronger from your end. Okay, go ahead. I'll give you like 3 minutes for each team member. One team member can come. Anyone?
Anyone who already shared your ideas also, you can.
Team A, I'll give 3 minutes, and Team B, I'll give 3 minutes before we wind up today's session to summarize. Both of you have done a fantastic job. I didn't expect this. Dr. Prince, first of all, I have to thank Dr. Prince Abraham, who has put a great effort because he's preparing you all for placement. Am I right? So I think you all can do a great job in group discussion or panel discussion or debate or anything. So when you prepare for debate like this, you will have you'll be in a very comfortable position to argue in any setup. Okay, go ahead. Certain times, absolutely, if you have a very valid point, you can vehemently oppose the opponent also. There is no, harm, but always be backed with data or have a very logical viewpoint. Don't oppose irrationally or emotionally. Okay, so that is not good. So just because you are not in favor of this, don't oppose it. Yeah, go ahead. Or otherwise, I have to call by name, or Dr. Prince will call by name before we wind up. One member from each team to quickly summarize one point from a team member and also from the opponent.
Anand from team 1.
Go ahead, Ba. Tell me what is that you gain from the team B. Team A member, tell me what is that the point that you don't want to agree and what is the point you are agreeing. Just 2 points. 1 point, of course, it's not that always I said tomorrow in your office setup, you may not like the other team member, but you have to, you have to agree if that viewpoint is good. That mindset, you have to build. Just because you're sitting in the opposite aisle doesn't mean that you want to always oppose. Am I right? So that's why I'm asking you. And of course, you don't want to please everyone all the time. You also have to put your valid point, your team member point, 1 point. You're saying, okay, I'm convinced with this. And you want to say, I'm convinced with you have to convince with B, the B team member B, and also you have to disagree with what your own team member said, 1 point. Anand, you can tell. I'm not asking your thing, what you summarized in the beginning. Now I want from your team member, what is that one thing you are not convinced? And what is the one thing you convinced from your opponent? This is the way I want.
Sir, I am from Team B. Can I speak now?
Team B, then you tell what is the 1 point you like from Team A, what they said.
So the point I like from the Team A is what Surya said. I agree with him that the new innovations in the car technologies can be very helpful to the mankind, like driverless cars, which can reduce the tolls in accidents. So number of deaths can be reduced, and the journey is not much depend on the driver's consciousness. If it is transferred to a machine, the errors can be reduced to a greater extent. I agree that point. And in my team member, I didn't agree with the point that Mari Selvan told. He told that social media are deviating girls towards some ill effects are happening to the girls. So I completely disagree that. So it is based on the
very good, very good. Now you tell me one firm point. What is that you want to convey today? Just one liner. What do you want to convey related to this topic?
the point
What
I
is
have to
the
convey is
one-liner? What is the point that we want to take away from your end?
so there are negative effects in innovation, but without innovation, no one can survive in this world. So that's my point.
Very good, Bob. Good job, guys. First of all, give him a big round of applause. You summarized very well. Good. Maybe you can put a clap in the window or something. Very good.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, Bob. Good. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, my view was favoring the topic. I want to speak the favors of innovation, but the topic given to me is to speak against it. So I was in a confused state.
That is okay. That is okay. That is okay. In life, we will be always sitting in a position where there will always ambiguity. Am I right? You don't want to take that. That is where you have to take a decision. Sometimes you will have two answers for something. Am I right? So you will be in a you want to convince certain people at that time. Am I right? So these are set up. It is not that. That's what I said. You should not always oppose others. And you should not always favor your team, am I right? As a leader, tomorrow you will be a leader in a great company, am I right? So you should keep this in mind. Today's takeaway is, so you have to weigh both the advantages and disadvantages, and then you are coming to, as a leader, you are taking a decision, am I right? This is what they see as a good leader, am I right? You are not lean or biased towards somebody, always, am I right?
Okay, sir.
Very good. So don't worry, that is fine. We have a segregated thing because I want to see how well you are arguing. That is important, am I right? So it's not an emotional summary you are given, am I right? Based on the viewpoints or your inner gut feeling you have said, am I right? That is good. So good job. Don't worry about that. Okay, good.
Thank you,
so from now I want the other team member. Who is that?
Sir, can I start?
Team A, Bob. Yeah, before you end up with team A.
Sir, I would like to agree with Dayalan's point, sir. He told that in online meetings and all, if we didn't see face to face, we only see camera to camera and speak, so that our social life is not that great, and we can't even socialize with other people. I agree with that point. And one point I didn't agree with my teammate is Anand's point. That is, he told that healthcares are increasing day to day. I am not completely opposing that, but as the technology is advancing, there are new diseases like corona, Ebola, and all. So that I think technology is both good and
Very good,
bad.
very good. First of all, you got in a very good point. You don't know whether it is a human-induced disease. That's what people are researching now. Whether it is it came out of the lab somewhere, or something like a real pandemic that happened, like Spanish flu. 100 years back, there was a virus that break out. Am I right? That pandemic is COVID-19 is similar like this, or during a lab research, it has been leaked out from a lab somewhere in the world. So we don't know. So these are like due to technological advances, certain diseases are popping up in the world. So that's a good point you got in. Very good. And the other thing you have, you agreed to the point that the social interaction is not happening because of virtual meeting nowadays. So people have lost their human touch. Am I right? How to socialize? Their social intelligence is being lost now. So we want to regain after post-pandemic how we are going to interact with friends, your family members, or somebody you are going to meet. Even if you're meeting somebody on the road, you have to say, "Hey, how are you doing?" Am I right? So these kind of things we are lost, and we are going to, get it back. That is very important point you have mentioned. Very good. And now one liner, I want to tell your viewpoint about this topic. What is in one liner? What is that?
Sir, that my point is innovation is always meant to be something better than that invention, so that it should be great. But there may be some consequences. We have to deal with it.
There will be consequences. This is very good. I like the point. There will be consequences. Am I right? So there will be always some negativity in any innovation. So again, there will be some other innovation to correct that. Then again, there will be another problem will be popping up. So this is a chain reaction. Am I right? So there is no end to innovation. Again, there is no end to harm. There will be some kind of disadvantages or the cons of that technology also. So we human will be keep correcting. Will be keep improving. Am I right? First, initially, fossil fuel technology came. Then now we are saying that is not good. Battery power car will come tomorrow. Okay, this battery power is not good. Another car will come. So this is going to keep on going. One advantage will be there, and disadvantage. Okay, good. So that will be good. Very good, guys. So we are in the end of today's session. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Am I right? So I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. So no problem. I wish you all the very best for you guys to attending a interview, or this is all like for the part of our placement practice or whatever we are doing. Am I right? So these things would have helped you. Maybe I hope so. It's going to help you, or you keep doing some kind of debate like this with your friends and argue in a nicer way. So even if you meet them in person or other things, so you develop your talking skill. Always talk clearly. Try to avoid ambiguity when you talk. Put the clear viewpoint. Always accept what others say. If this is right, if it's right, accept that. You don't have to argue all the time. So this is my message to you all. So have a nice day. Be safe. People still say Corona is there, so you have to be safe. Am I right? So whether we like or not, we have to do Zoom meetings few more months. So then we can socialize. All right, guys. Is Dr. Prince there? I'll hand over the podium to him now. Hello, Dr. Prince.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable guidance to the students, sir. Because it will be very helpful to the students. Also, you have made the session very interactive. So I thank you very much for your energy also. Really, the energy you had during the session is very high, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I think surely this thing will helpful for the students to prepare well for the group discussions as well. Also, if possible, we can arrange such meetings in the future also, sir, if you permit. Sir, I think your mic is off, sir. Vinod, sir?
Yeah, sure. Maybe after 2-3 weeks, we'll have one more session where I'll let you know like when we can do the next one. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. All the best. All the best for your interview. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. I hope you recorded this and you can keep it somewhere, so it'll be good. Am I right?
Yeah. Sure, okay. Sure, sir.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.